Hi, I'm Lindsay O'Reilly, and I am the keeper of the inn at Tanglewood Farm Bed and Breakfast in Southern Pines, North Carolina. And today I'm going to show you a real simple recipe for making a homemade pie dough. And I know pie dough can tend to be a little daunting, and it's easy to just go out and buy store-bought frozen, but this is so much better with the buttery crust and the flakiness. So follow me and you can learn how to make this really simple recipe. I'm going to start with very cold butter. I chop it up into little diced pieces, and I'm going to add that to my pastry flour. And I use pastry flour because it's finer than regular flour, and it just makes a flakier crust. So you add that to your food processor, and you're only going to want to pulse this just a few times. If you pulse it too much, it works the gluten too much in the flour, and you'll get a tough dough. So I'm going to pulse it like just enough to get it going, and you want like a coarse meal consistency. Okay, so it is done. Now I've got very cold water that I just took out of the freezer. I've added my salt and my sugar and mixed it up enough to dissolve. And I'm going to add that into the food processor. And also a little secret ingredient, turmeric. And it doesn't really add anything to the flavor, but it gives it a golden color that I like, especially if I'm doing a savory crust for a quiche. Now I'm going to just mix that until combined. Again, don't over pulse it, otherwise it's going to be too tough. And it will be very dry still. So you pulse it just a couple times just to get it moving. And then you'll see that it's still very dry. You're going to take this, put it out onto your surface, remove the sharp object, and then you're just going to work it with your hands until you get a nice tight ball. And don't worry if there's extra flour on the ground. That can stay. Just work it just enough so that you can put it into a ball. Then the next step, after it's in a ball, is you want to wrap it with saran wrap, put it in the fridge and let it cool for at least 30 minutes before you use it. You want to use a cold dough because the butter will stay solid, and that creates those flaky pockets in your dough. And that's it. It's as simple as can be. And I know that after you see me do it, you can do it too.